Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Sell More Book Show, episode 640. It's been a little while since doing a live episode, but we're back here. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of the places. Very, very excited to be here. This episode is sponsored by my Kickstarter campaign. This is the Booked for Life Kickstarter. We've got so many cool rewards and such. We've got so many cool discounts for folks who are not nonfiction authors, which is the geared intended audience for the Kickstarter. But we have a bunch of really amazing things like discounted year-long course access, discounted blurbs, discounted keywords, all in the add-ons for the campaign. So if you are interested in finding out more about the Kickstarter, it is called Booked for Life, and I am just going to comment it over on the Facebook, comment it over on the Instagram, and y'all can definitely go check that out. It's in there somewhere. Awesome. It's also on my bio on Instagram, so you can go take a look at that. We funded the campaign in 33 minutes, which was very, very exciting. Some of you were even there live and got to see that funded live, which is always a burst of adrenaline. And if you are interested in supporting it and getting some deep discounts on some cool stuff, go check that out. Hey, Craig, good to see you there over in Indy. Craig, one of our wonderful Groundbreakers author mastermind coaches. You could work with him with one of the levels of the Kickstarter as well, because we have our Groundbreakers author mastermind as one of the options. All right, my friends. We did not have anybody respond to our previous week's question over in the Facebook group. So definitely keep an eye on those in the future. Let's get into the week's top story. Let me just put this little note in here. Before I forget, I don't want to forget. Sometimes you got to take action before you forget on something. Today's top story is Charge More, Make More. Amazon has updated Kindle royalty terms after an 18-year freeze. Kindle Direct Publishing has finally changed the maximum ebook price that pays authors a 70% royalty. Since the inception of that royalty back in 2008, KDP has limited it to only ebooks priced between $2.99 and $9.99, despite inflation in the intervening years. But in early July, KDP updated the price range for 70%. Now, Kindle ebooks priced between $2.99 and $12.99 US dollars are now eligible for the 70% price, as are books in international markets in the corresponding royalty band. This, I want to have a royalty band. It is my royalty band. This opens a lot of doors for indie authors. Many nonfiction titles could benefit from the price increase, as well as authors who wish to publish trilogies, omnibuses, and box sets. Amazon notes that if you're currently on the 35% royalty plan because you've priced your book above $99.99, you could be eligible to switch to 70%. You just have to check that over on KDP. In addition, translated editions that are linked to your original Kindle edition will automatically inherit any updates automatically. So if you want to price those versions differently, check your dashboard. I think this was pretty exciting. I always like it when people can make more money. Kobo has been doing this for ages. Where they have actually said, you can price above $9.99 for a box set and make the full royalty amount. And it took Amazon years to make this happen. So it's kind of funny that Amazon finally decided to catch up. And I think it's a great thing for the indie community. I think that making 70, if you have a big box set, making the full price royalties on more than $9.99 is going to be great. And then for anyone who has like a really high level nonfiction book that is capped by being at $9.99, bumping it to $12.99 it's a difference. It makes a difference. It adds up. You sell thousands of copies a year, that extra couple of bucks adds up. So the hot potato of wisdom questions. Who should take advantage of the higher price option immediately? If you have a box set that you felt like you could not even release because the pricing would have to be so low that it would mess with your individual book pricing, this is a time. This is a time for you. Secondly, now I can charge $12.99 for my trilogy, but should I? How can I tell if it's worth the cost, time, and effort to publish and market them as a box set, considering the 3 books are already available on their own? Look, box sets in general, very, very smart. I'm a big believer in putting some bonus content in the back of the box set so that people will scroll through, your existing readers will scroll through to that new content. So I'm a big believer in that. Secondly, I decided I'm going to go slightly lower in the frame. Secondly, if you are putting out box set content, you're reaching different readers, and it's good to reach readers of individual book, readers as well as box set readers. So getting both is going to just give you more readers. You might as well do it. Lastly, is it important to create a matching print and audio version of a box set or an omnibus? So, if the individual book titles sell pretty well, and by that it means you're generating an income from them, like $1,000, $2,000 plus a month, then yes, I would absolutely consider doing a box set of the print and a box set in the audio if you have the audio of the individual book titles. But the print isn't necessarily going to take a lot of time because of the wonders of things like vellum, but the audiobook might take some time. So you have to determine, is it worth it? Is it actually worth it to put in that extra time and effort? We have a question from the audience. Teresa asks, any advice on how to get into the translation beta program? I already signed up, but no offer so far. Look, when Amazon has something that they have not yet given access to everybody, you make a little bit of a wave. You email KDP. You check in with Author Central. You rattle the trees a little bit, Teresa. Just signing up and then seeing that other people have it, you might as well ask. I would absolutely ask KDP, and if you can't get through in that direction, I would consider asking around. Do you know someone who knows someone? Because sometimes if we sit around and wait for something to happen to us, it will never happen. Sometimes it will, but I am more of a fan of going in there and mixing it up. Hey, James. I see James in here. I see a couple other people, Martin, as well as other folks. Love seeing you guys pop into the live. I see Java. Hey, Java. Hope all is well. We're going to go into the lightning round. Pachoo, pachoo, lightning, whoa, thunder. Oh, my goodness. Dollar for dollar, what's been the best investment in your writing career? Dollar for dollar. Let's see if I can reach it from off screen. I'm going to knock a bunch of stuff over. Dollar for dollar. Best investment in my writing career is this feels like product placement, but it's not, is my Neo 2. This is the Neo 2, the second generation of the Alpha Smart, which is so old. I think that, let's see. When did it originally come out? 2005. This piece of hardware, this piece of material, over 20 years old. They used to use this in schools. It is my favorite thing to type books into and webinars into. I have used it to do some of the work for my Booked for Life title. Those of you coming in late, if you have not seen the this episode sponsored by my Kickstarter, Booked for Life, so definitely go check that out. We have 122 backers so far. If you're not a backer, I think you'd love this. Go check it out, Booked for Life on Kickstarter. But that Neo 2, I have produced so much from it. I think I found it on eBay for like 150 bucks. I have 2 of them in case the first one breaks. That's how important it is to me. So I am a big believer in that device. Lightning round question number 2. I'm struggling to take time for self-care because I work and write and don't have time for much more. Where should I focus what little time I have to spare? Which is none, but maybe I'll make some. Is that even a question? That's the big question there. Is that even a question? Where should I focus that time? Okay. Guys, if you have no time for self-care, you are going to burn out. So you need to force it upon yourself. You need to make it so that it's just part of your daily and monthly and weekly routines so that you don't burn out, and eventually you will adapt to it. You will adapt to not having that time to work. And guess what? Because you put that time into self-care, you will be, it will make the rest of your work more productive. So what do? First, start with something that takes you away from any electronic device, whether it's going outside, whether it's going for a walk in your own house, whether it's just sitting down and closing your eyes on your bed, whatever it is. Start with something that gets you away from the work. And that is going to be something that makes a big difference for you. Hopefully that's helpful. I see Kay has popped in here. Hey, Kay, good to see you. And I've seen Rain XS is here. Amazing. Oh, Melinda. Melinda says, I learned to type in middle school on an Alpha Smart. They were brand new then. I know. How amazing is that? And Arabelle. Hey, Arabelle. Good to see you there in Dorset. Love seeing y'all pop in here. Awesome. We've got a couple more questions remaining. If a writer realizes they are burnout or approaching it, what's the first thing they should do? Okay, here's what works for me. Might not work for you, but it probably will make a difference for you as well. Immediately, if you are on the verge of burnout, you need 3 days away from all devices. 3 days where you don't go on the device. Yes, all the deadlines are going to need to be pushed. Yes, you're not going to be able to respond to emails, put up an autoresponder. Yes, you are going to have some challenges when you come back. And yet, those 3 days will at least get you back some of that space to avoid being fully burnt out. And during those 3 days, you should consider planning what are you going to do to put in some self-care that locks back into place when you are when you're back in the office. So 3 days away from devices, away from your work. This is going to make a difference. I don't know why that happened. I just saw something like stick to a piece of my microphone. I'm like, is it magnetized? I don't know. 2 questions remaining here. If my whole launch plan is falling apart, how do I right the ship? I highly recommend you remember the 80% rule. 80% of your sales, royalties, revenue in a launch is going to come from your existing followers. And so if you have not emailed your list more than once, if you have not posted on social media more than once, now is the time to make this happen, you guys. Now is the time to start getting the word out to your existing people. Now, of course, expectations can be out of line with reality with launches, and that is one of the challenges. If it's falling short of your expectations, it's possible that your expectations were too lofty to begin with. But righting the ship involves stopping worrying about strangers picking up your book and start thinking about connecting with your existing people. Last question. How do you convince a scared author that rest will not tank their business? So look, this is a little bit woo-woo, but almost all of these beliefs that we have about money and about our business are made up. We made them up. We made up the idea that I have to work 3 times as hard to get even a little bit more money. We made this up. We could make up a different belief. I make more money when I rest. I make more money when I dance around in the kitchen. I make more money when I focus on getting outside. We can make up the beliefs we have, because a belief, according to my mentor Amanda, is just a thought that you think over and over again. So if you want to have a stronger thought, if you want to have a stronger belief, then you need to reprogram and say, I make more money when I rest. I sell more books when I rest. I get more out of life when I rest. And if you can reprogram that, that is going to be half the battle. I recently posted on Instagram, and this went a little bit viral. I think over 20,000 views on Instagram, which is big for me. I know some of you out there have had a lot more, but it's big for me. And I said that mindset, not having daily mindset work, is like not drinking water every day. You will not be okay. You will not be okay. And I had a lot of people comment on that, and I absolutely believe it. Every day, you need to be thinking about, what are you doing to protect your brain, protect your body, protect your soul? What are you doing every day to make this happen? Now, here's the thing, you guys. We're going to do a question of the week, and then I have something to tell you. So I don't want you to worry. The Sell More Book Show is not going anywhere, but for the time being, I am taking a break on doing the show live. Taking a break on doing the show live, even though I like it. It was a fun experiment. I enjoyed it. It just takes a little bit too much of my schedule. So those of you here are currently on the last live Sell More Book Show of this season. Could it return? Maybe after the summer? Sure. But you here are on the live. And we'll do another live at some point, probably. But right now, as it stands, there is no additional planned live Sell More Book Show. We will resume the regular Sell More Book Show with 641. The regular scheduled programming will still be there. So thank you to all of you guys who have supported me on these live episodes. It's been a lot of fun. So we need a question of the week. Question of the week is, let's look at some of these answers. I like this dollar for dollar. What's been your best investment in your writing career? I know, Philip, you finally made it to one of these, and then I'm like, oh my goodness. But dollar for dollar, what's been the best investment in your writing career? I love this question. So go check that out over the Sell More Book Show After Party Facebook group or at sellmorebookshow.com. Yeah, no, thank you, Leanna. Leanna says, I'll share this on the thing. Leanna says, thanks so much for taking your time out to talk to us. Great advice. Look, I love this stuff. If honestly, my hope and dream was, oh my gosh, we're going to go viral on multiple platforms and people will just eat this up, which did not happen. But, we gave it a good number of shots. We gave it a dozen shots or so. It may return at another time. And Leanna says, I will miss it, but I completely understand. Thank you for understanding. It has been a delight. It has been a delight of a delight. Melinda says, I love the live show. I had an alarm set on Tuesdays to join in, but totally understand. It may return at some point. But for now, I need to find ways to reach more people so I can help more people, which is my zone of joy for all of this. So, guys, we have this Booked for Life Kickstarter. We are at 122 backers of this thing. If you have not contributed to this, we have a lot of really cool stuff in here. In the add-ons, you can get a discounted year of author ad school. You can get a discounted 3-pack or 5-pack of book descriptions. You can get a discounted 6-pack of one-on-one sessions with our amazing team. If you basically fund the campaign at the $10 level, so if you get the ebook version, and then you decide I am going to go for the add-ons, all of those add-ons are significantly discounted. Also, we do have our Groundbreakers Author Mastermind available at one of the tier levels. It's called the Market Your Group Workshop. It's your book workshop. It is the same as the regular Groundbreakers. So if you are interested in jumping in for either of those, these are available through July 23rd. So thank you so much for watching and listening to the show. Deborah said, totally get it. Even if it saddens me a bit, you do what you need to do. And I'll be back. And I still will go live in various places. Of course, I will be around. So thank you guys again for listening and watching. I hope you have a great week of book selling, everybody. And we'll be back next week for episode 641. And Teresa says, join the Ad School family and see Brian and the coaches live all the time. That is a good point, Teresa. True story. You actually get 26 lives a year with me, live sessions a year with me on my Brian Cohen coaching show. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dolly. Thank you, Teresa, Deborah, Melinda, everybody. Appreciate you guys so much. Like I was saying, I hope you have a great week of book selling, everybody. And we will talk to you next week for episode 641. Bye, everybody.